My name is Karen Costales, and my topic is the overall quality of the diet of university students. Definition: university students are a vulnerable group as it relates to nutrition. Their family eating habits do not influence them when it comes to making eating choices. Their eating habits are guided by criteria such as fast access to food and low prices, resulting in an unhealthy diet that becomes a risk factor for non-communicable chronic diseases.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pam Peake. I'm the author of Fit to Live. Confused about what to eat? Well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to use cutting-edge medicine and science to be able to point the way. Well, I'm going to make it simple. 3 elements: quality, quantity, frequency. Follow with me. The first one is quality. How do you know you're eating quality food? Well, the first thing is, here's a tip, look for 5 colors in your eating. That means that as you look at whole foods like this, look, I can count 7 colors here. Be macho and go for the big 7, but 5 is the basic. Why? Because the richer the color, the deeper the level of antioxidant, and we love that because that helps augment aging. So when you look at a donut and an apple, come on, quality. What's not to believe? Quantity. Now here's where everyone gets an F-. I know you're eating healthy foods, but you're eating mountains of them. Quantity means looking at the serving size, the portion size. Grand majority of people are so confused about this that even if you've got quality down to a fine science, quantity falls apart. You have to read the label, understand what a serving is, so that as you're looking at a serving of everything, for instance, oatmeal, this is a wonderful whole grain, but you have to have a half a cup uncooked, and then go for it. Add some blueberries. People are eating just plain too much food. And the next thing you want to look at is frequency. Frequency means you eat every 3 to 4 hours. Most people leave years between meals. You don't want to do that because that plays with your insulin levels. They go way too high, way too low. That sparks that horrible appetite to eat anything that's not tacked down. So what you want to do is starting with healthy breakfast in the morning. Here's a little factoid. If you don't have a healthy breakfast every morning, research shows you will never be able to achieve optimal body composition and be the healthiest you can possibly be, nor maintain that. So it's important to have that healthy breakfast. Orange juice, good old Florida citrus over here. You've got blueberries, you've got whole grains you can have. Good grief, fruit. And then as you go through the day, how about snacks? Every 3 to 4 hours means you've got to fill in those blanks. You could use something as simple as yogurt or cottage cheese. Why? They have a wonderful blend of carbohydrate, high quality protein and fat. Add a little granola for some crunch too. Lunchtime comes around and it could also look like dinner. That means lots of greens, wonderful vegetables, lots of colors too, as well as lean protein. That means lean poultry as well as fish, or even how about a veggie burger on whole grain? All of this comes together to say, well, we have quality, quantity.
Applications in nutrition. Students lead a fast-paced life. They do not have enough time and willpower to follow healthy habits, which means they cannot prepare their own food or exercise regularly. For this motive, they prefer fast food. Also, they consider that is the best option because of its low cost. However, as a consequence, they will suffer from overweight or obesity. They also experience fatigue and excessive sleepiness.
Living the life of a college student takes a lot of energy. Trust me, I know. What if I told you eating healthier foods can provide a steady supply of energy to your brain and muscles to keep you focused and energized and keep your metabolism revved up all day? My name is Sherry and it's time to show you how to start planning healthier meals. There are 3 food groups you should take into account when deciding what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner: vegetables and fruits, grains, and proteins. Fruits and vegetables like kale, blueberries, avocados, and apples are beneficial to your food diet because they provide most of your source of vitamins and minerals. They are also high in natural antioxidants, which help strengthen the body against disease. Grab an apple and a handful of almonds to jumpstart your metabolism before a long day of classes. Grains like pasta, oatmeal, brown rice, and whole wheat bread are the body's first source of fuel and energy. They also help regulate digestion, increase immune function, and enable communication between cells. Carbohydrates keep you fuller longer, so you can concentrate on that next exam and not on your growling stomach. Protein like lean chicken breast, salmon, tofu, eggs, nuts, and cheese is the body's main source of long-term fuel and energy, good for long-lasting energy, feeling full, and increased alertness. Most college students get more than enough protein throughout the day. There is rarely any need to supplement your diet with protein powders even when you're trying to bulk up on some muscle. The healthy plate is a visual reminder of the ideal balance of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals to keep college students sustained at their maximum potential. There are no good or bad foods, only your relationship with them. Make healthier choices 80% of the time and eat what you want the other 20% of the time. So enjoy a variety of foods which can help prevent feelings of guilt, binging, or giving up on a healthy lifestyle. All foods can be a part of healthier eating.
Pros and cons. Pros. Fast food helps to save time. Having meals in between classes is made possible with the availability of fast food. After a busy day in school, students are able to get ready food without much hustle. Cons. Fast food has some negative impact, one of them being on their health. Fast food contains a large amount of calories, salt, and fats, which is a threat to a student's life. These fats accumulate in the body and result in obesity, high blood pressure, and heart diseases. Most students also tend to make eating fast food a habit that they cannot do without. Issues applied in Ecuador. In Ecuador, the National Health and Nutrition Survey shows to obesity as the main modifiable risk factor for the development of NCDs. The results reflect that the university students' diet is based on processed foods, poor in micronutrients, high in carbohydrates, simple sugars, and saturated fats, which results in an unhealthy eating pattern, a factor that has a direct impact on the development of NCDs.
Last week on D News, we talked about how the rent is too damn high. And now scientists are saying, eat healthy food, add that to the list of too damn high. Hey everyone, Lacey Green here for D News. Amidst the research and debate about obesity in America, the question of how much healthy food actually costs keeps resurfacing. We've talked before on D News about some of the ways that obesity is more complicated than simply eating healthier, but there's no doubt that America has one serious nutrition problem. To solve the obesity puzzle, scientists are asking, is healthy food something that's available to everyone? Using meta-analysis from 27 large studies, researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health compared the cost of a healthy diet with lots of vegetables, fruit, and lean meat to an unhealthy diet composed mainly of processed foods, lots of grains, and meat. The cost for the healthier diet was about 50 cents more per meal for an average of $1.50 more per day. Multiply that by 1 year and a healthy diet costs about $550 more per year per person, or $2,200 more per year for a family of 4. The researchers also looked at the price per calorie and found that getting 200 calories from junk food was usually cheaper than getting 200 calories from a healthy option. So maybe 550 sounds like a lot, maybe it doesn't sound so bad. The affordability of that number obviously depends on how much a person makes. About 12% of American adults and 36% of America's children live in poverty. So for a family living in this bracket, which is around $25,000 a year or less, adding $2,200 to the food bill is obviously a lot. But for a family making between $80 to $100K per year, $2,200 probably doesn't sound so bad. The research team says that this illustrates how access to healthy, nutritious food is really a class issue. The USDA has identified income as a primary contributor to obesity, and studies have also found that those living in poverty are far more likely to live in a food desert, places where access to produce and grocery stores themselves are limited. This means that the poor are more likely to do their shopping at small corner stores which stock cheap processed foods. For those who can afford and access a healthier diet, it is well worth the investment. Junk food might seem cheaper in the short term, but it can result in more healthcare costs down the road. The study's senior author says that a healthy diet will go a long way to prevent chronic diseases and illness. This might be one reason why the poor also have more health problems than the rich. They're having trouble affording the cost of prevention. Thanks for joining me for D News, everyone. Do you find that healthier food costs more where you live? Tell me about it down below, and I'll see you next time.
Conclusion. College students have a diet high in processed food, saturated fat, glycemic index foods. Most of them consume very few vegetables and fruits. This leads to a deficiency in micronutrients and high in macronutrients, mainly in carbohydrates, which leads lower concentration when studying, may cause them to suffer from non-communicable diseases.